What's the moments? Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. According with titles, well, yes, today we are roasting Sakshi in the topic of the man hatred. Well, we know who is Sakshi Jha. Sakshi is a man haters, and now what is today's topic? Today's topic is repeatedly here Berlin LGBT, and here we are going to talk about here points. Uh, the German Foreign Intelligence Agency, Gabriele Monschau, where anti-LGBT, Berlin LGBT attackers can travel from bus. Okay, and now let's check it the moments. Well, I think here my intro is over, and now, well, I think intro took here significant times. Now let's come into the points. Here it is in screenshot, and it is in YouTube Israel. As okay. Now yes, we can see when George asked Sakshi Jha that what about her grandfathers? Well, what is her statements? Her statements is well. Sakshi Jha hates her grandfathers because her grandfather's mindset is women cannot do anything, cook. That's the points. And the secondly here, grand grandfather just hate Sakshi Jha because Sakshi Jha hates her grandfather's grandsons. I mean, Sakshi Jha hates her brothers. And now, let's check it the moments. That is the significant points. And here, Sakshi Jha always hate her brothers and her grandfathers because grandfathers hate her. Hates her brothers. Okay. Now let's check it the moments. What is the points? Now it is lame reasons, but what is the significant reasons that Sakshi Jha's grandfather hates Sakshi Jha? That is today's point. Okay. Now in these cases, here is the point to be notified, and here we can notice it is she, Dr. Gabriele Monschau. Okay. Well, voice records. Now, who is the Gabriele Monschau? Gabriele Monschau is a girl to be here deputy director of German Foreign Intelligence Agency. And now, here we can see, probably I can read here German, the meaning of German Foreign Intelligence Agency. Okay, now let's check at the moments. Well, the name of German Foreign Intelligence Agency is Bundesnachrichtendienst. Bundesnachrichtendienst. Okay. Now, in this cases, why Gabriele Monschau is a culprit about the Berlin LGBT movements. And now, for the cases, here we can back to the points. Okay. Now, here we can see Lebanese Islamic terrorist Abdul Balad attack on whom? Berlin LGBTs. Here we could say the points of Berlin LGBT community, Berlin LGBT part, has been attacked by Lebanese Islamic terrorist Abdul Balad in the significant causes because there are several intelligence in LGBT communities where The demonstrates point is here. Demonstrated German gay was well Henry Cables as a biological fathers, Robert Downey Jr. as a biological mothers, and Muslim Bell as an sons. And both of them, the three persons are the Berlin gay family to be and demonstrate engineers of BMW. Okay. Now, when we are talking in this points, significantly, silently, we are talking about the BMWs. Okay. First of all, here the moments. What is the point? The German foreign intelligence agent, as a demonstrated name to be Henry Cables, can attack on Lebanese terrorists. It is the point chart. Okay. Well, here we are talking about. Now, first of all, here Abdul Balaw's bus velocity versus BMW velocities from German. Okay. Now here Abdul Bala depart from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, as an well land routes. We have the distance. In these cases, now here it is just a demonstrate land route. Now let's check at the moments. First point is middle point is Bandar Abbas, port of Iran. Second point is Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. Third point is Yangon, the capital city of Myanmar. Well, fourth point is here Bangkok, the capital city of Thailand. Next one is Panthet, the city of Vietnam. Next one is Hong Kong. Next one is Shanghai, the metropolitan city of China. Well, next one is Brastovsk, the city of Russia. Next one is Warsaw, the capital city of Poland. And next one is destination to be Berlin, the capital city of Germany. Okay. Now here is the routes at the points. In this cases, the driving distance between Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and here Berlin, the capital city of Germany, is almost 25,947 kilometers, 220 meters. That means it is almost 26,000 kilometers. Okay. And now, in this cases at the moment, well, and here we could notify. I think it is enough to notify at the points. And here we can see LG. Now we are talking about the Berlin LGBTs. We are demonstrated Berlin LGBT family is biological father Henry Cavill, biological mother Robert Downey Jr., and son Muslim gay families to be the agent of German Federal Intelligence Agency. And now, here we can see the points. Now let's check it. What is the moments? In those cases, here, just wait and watch, and I have to notice it. Well, Adnan Haq states, hi. Okay, Salam, how are you? Good news. And now here we can see the points, and I can say that would be the significant moments. And now here we can see this. Well, I am feeling disturbed for 2 minutes. Okay. Now let's come into the backs. Here is the points. Well, now here, what is the velocity of Abdul Balad bus? Well, Departure is morning 6 o'clock and here July 25, 2026. Well, arrival time is here morning 7 o'clock, July 25, 2026. As accordance with the time zone of Berlin, the capital city of Germany. Okay, because here we can see, well, here velocity would be here 26,000 kilometer per hour. Accordance with the plan of Abdul Balah, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, as a driving routes. Okay. Now we can see the points. Here is the moments. Well, German intelligence agent Henry Cable versus here the German intelligence deputy directors Gabriele Monschau. What is the difference between them? In this cases, at the moment, now we can see the points of Gabriele Monschau want to bring Abdul Balat from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, to here Berlin, the capital city of Germany, only in the purpose to attack on whom, to attack on Berlin LGBT parades. Here we can see the plan of Gabriel Monschau is here the velocity to be 26,000 kilometer per second, or perhaps it would be here 130,000 kilometer per second. Okay, now let's get the points. Here is the moments when we here is talking about the Germans. Well, German is the one of the scientific countries of the European continent. And now, in this cases, here is the moments, that is the significant points. Well, now, German gay handicappers, the German intelligence agent want to get revenge of the Berlin LGBT attacks against whom the Lebanese terrorist Abdul Balah. Now what is going on? In these cases, well, now here is the point that would be the significant moments, and here that is the significant choice. Okay. Well, I can wait some 2 minutes. Now here we can see. Okay. Now accordance with here the screenshot to be the screenshot date of July 27th. Here in July 26th, police eliminated suspect in alleged Islamic terror Abdul Balah. Okay, that means it is the cases of the points. Well, now in July 26th, here is the probable moment that probably German gay intelligence agent Henry Goebbels would eliminate Abdul Balah, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist. And now, in this cases, what's going on? The points, and here we can notify. Well, now let's check it the moments. Henry Goebbels. What is Henry Goebbels' departure times? As the morning 6 o'clock, July 26, 2026. On the other hand, and the arrival time would be morning in the arrival time. What is the arrival times? When the velocity would be 260,000 kilometer per second. In this cases, here arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past, July 26, 2026. And now that is their significant moments. Okay, and now in these cases, here is the times. What is the arrival times? Now departure and arrival is same. as the moments. Now let's check it. What is your Gabriele Monschau plans to bring Abdul Balau, the Islamic terrorist from Lebanon to Germany to attack on Berlin LGBT communities? In this cases, here departure accordance with the plan of Gabriel Monschau, here departure time would be from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, would be morning 6 o'clock, July 25, 2026, and at arrival would be here morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past, July 25, 2026. Okay. And now, in this cases, what will be the points? Both of Abdul Balau, both of the plan of Abdul Balau and Gabriele Monschau. What is the vehicle is accordance with the plan? That is the bus. Okay? Bus is only to reach to Berlin, and then your car is in the purpose to attack on Berlin and LGBT parents. Okay. And now, in this cases, here is the moments that would be the significant cases, points. Well. And now, here I would take a place. Okay. Now, in these cases, here is the moments. Well, and now, here is the comparison between German gay intelligence agent Henry Gabriele versus here German deputy director of intelligence agency Gabriele Monschau as difference. Well, German gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's velocity is 260,000 km per second. On the other hand, here German deputy director's velocity is 26,000 km per second. Whereas 26,000 whereas 260,000 km per second, whereas 26,000 km per second, that is here significant difference as soon as possible. Okay, and now here we can see on the other hand, let's compare between here Gabriel Monschau versus Abdul Balau, the Islamic terrorist to be Lebanese to attack on Berlin LGBT communities. And now, well, as a travel times here moment at the points, Abdul Balau's bus velocity is here 26,000 km per hour. On the other hand, well, Gabriel Monschau BMW velocity it is almost 26,000 km per second. Where is 26,000 km per second and where is 26,000 km per hour? And now here is the cases. Now German gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's BMW velocity is 260,000 km per second. On the other hand, here Abdul Balau the velocity is 26,000 km per hour. Where is 26,000 km per hour and where is 260,000 km per second? That is here significant difference between Abdul Balau, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, Gabriel Monschau, the deputy directors of Federal Intelligence Agency, and Henry Cables, the German gay intelligence agent. And now here is the difference between the three persons. And here we have discussed about the moments. We have discussed about velocity. Now let's discuss about the travel terms. Now when we can discuss about the travel terms, here is the moments. There is the points about notifiers. Okay. Now in these cases, well, Gabriel Monschau BMW's Now here we can see both for Gabriele Monschau, Henry Cables, and well, okay. Henry Cable's departure time is morning 6 o'clock, July 26, 2026. Well, and both of Gabriele Monschau, the Deputy Director of German Federal Intelligence Agency, and Abdul Balad, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, is morning 6 o'clock, July 25, 2026. And now let's check at the points. Well, now here is departure is in the same place. Well, Henry Cable's arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past. Here, July 26, 2026. And on the other hand, here Gabriele Monschau's BMW arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, July 25, 2026. Now, here, where is July 25, 2026, morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, and where is morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past, July 26, 2026. And now, here is the significant difference at the points. Now, on the other hand, in this cases, Abdul Balaw's attacks where the intention both of Gabriele Monschau and Abdul Balaw to attack on Berlin LGBT. Now, here we can see that is the points. Abdul Balaw, both of departure time is morning 6 o'clock, July 26, 2026. Here, Abdul Balaw's arrival time would be morning 7 o'clock, July 25, 2026. Well, and here, Gabriele Monschau's arrival time plans to be morning 6 o'clock, July 25, 2026. Where is arrival time to be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, July 25, 2026, and where is arrival time to be morning 7 o'clock, July 25, 2026. Here is the significant difference as soon as possible we could see. Okay, and now in this cases here is the moments that is the significant points and it could be the very dangerous moments as we could know. Well, first of all here we can see that is the points to be notified. Well, and in this cases now here we can see German gay intelligence agent Henry Cavill is patriotic here. Well, Dr. Gabriele Monschau is here state women to be traitor to be here deputy director of German Federal Intelligence Agent. And now here we can see the points. And here we can see. Now here is the points we could notify why Sakshi's grandfathers always hate Sakshi because Sakshi as a granddaughter cannot do anything. Here is the moment. Here why Sakshi's fathers why Sakshi's grandfather's mindset was women cannot do anything. Now in here is the points. Well, the Gabriele Monschau, a woman to be deputy directors, brought here. Gabriele Monschau, a woman to be deputy directors of German Federal Intelligence Agency, only to bring Abdul Balawt, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, to Berlin, the capital city of Germany. And now, in this cases, with the velocity to be 26,000 km per second as a BMW, where Abdul Balaw's plan was to just arrive to Berlin through bus and attack on Berlin LGBT community on BMWs, whose as is the plan of Abdul Balaw. And now, in these cases, here is the significant moments. But here we have discussed velocity, we have discussed travel time. Now, it's time to discuss the kinetic energies. Okay. Now here we can see the points. Now when we are discussing about the kinetic energies, well, and here now, well, Gabriele Monschau is irresponsible to protect the German sovereignty as a role to be deputy director of German Federal Intelligence Agency, but still here Sakshi believes that Gabriel is capable to be director of the German Federal Intelligence Agency. That is the reason that why why our Shakshija's grandfathers hates Shakshija as a granddaughter, and now that is here significant reasons that we could notify. Okay. Now let's check it. Here we can see. Let's discuss about the kinetic energies. Okay. Now both of Gabriele Monschau and Abdul Balawt here kinetic energies would be calculated as an Isaac Newton kinetic energy methods. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Accordance with Abdul Balaw's plans here. Velocity would be 26,000 km per hour. On the and here, half of weight of the Abdul Balaw's vehicle would be 10,000 kilograms, because Abdul Balaw's vehicle would be a bus to travel in Berlin, the capital city of Germany. And now, in this case, here is the moments. That is your significant points. Okay. Now, what is 26,000 km per hour? That means 26 multiplied by 10 to the power 6, well, meter per hours. Well, that means here 26 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 enter divided by 3600 meter per second. That means here 26 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 divided by enter divided by 36, well, meter per second. And now here is the moments, the points. Now it is the significant to be calculated that what is 26 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 can be divided by 36. That would be almost here. Okay, that would be here. Well, 7,222.23. Well, meter per second. That means 7223 meter per second. Okay. Now we can see the response as a velocity. What is velocity square? Okay. Now here we can see that would be almost, well, 52 millions 171,729, well, meter per second. As a round figure, that would be almost 53 millions meter per second. Okay. Now let's check at the points. 53 millions, that means 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter square per second square as a velocity square. Okay. Now let's check at the points. What is the calculations of Isaac Newtonian kinetic force of Abdul Balaw's gas plan? Here we can see one that means 10,000 multiplied by here 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Well, what is 10,000? That is 10 to the power 4. And what is 6 sum by 4? That is 10. Oh, that means it would be almost 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 meter per second. And now that is the was it is here 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 joules as a kinetic energy. Okay. Now what is the kinetic force? Well, Now here the calculation is okay. The kinetic force calculation is 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 enter divided by 36 hundreds. That means 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 enter divided by 36. And now let's check at the moments. Well, here we can notify that is the significant points. Well, and here we can see 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 8. That can be here divided by words. That can be divided by 36. And now what is the result? Well, the result is 147 millions triple two thousands triple 2.23 watts. That means here as a round figure it would be 148 megawatts. Okay. Now that's good. Well, and here we can see the sponge. Now as a kinetic force. Okay. Now on the other hand, well, here we can see. Let me calculate the kinetic energy accordance with the Berlin LGBT attacks plan by whom? By Gabriele Monschau, the honorable deputy directors of German Federal Intelligence Agency. And in these cases, here is the moments what's going on. And now here we can see Abdul here Abdul Balal's travel plan is 26,000 km per second. And now here we can see this point, that is the point to be noted. Well, what is 26 square? I do not know. Well, and here 26 square is 676. Okay. Here, well, accordance with Gabriele Monschau velocities, Gabriele Monschau's BMW plans, here Abdul Balas BMW's velocity is 26,000 km per second. Hence, here what is the velocity scale? That is 676 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter per second. What's the meaning of that? Because in these cases, that is the circumstance at the moment, in these cases, well, that would be here 26,000 km per second is 26 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Hence, velocity square is 676 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square per second square. And now, in these cases, well, here we can see here kinetic energy calculation would be like an Isaac Newtonian kinetic energy methods. Hence, the calculations of Isaac Newtonian kinetic powers, according when the travel time would be 1 second here, t square travel time is square equal to travel time cube equal to travel time to the power 666 is always travel time, because when travel time is 1 square, we know 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 666 is always 1. And now, in these cases, when the travel time is 1 second and here the definitions of distance is actually the velocity, and here definition of kinetic power is actually the kinetic energy. Hence, here we can see the kinetic Isaac Newtonian kinetic energy equation is like here. It is almost Isaac Newtonian kinetic power equation is like 1000 multiplied by 676 multiplied by 10 to the power 12, because here half of weight of BMW car would be 1000 kilograms. Okay. Now what is 12 sum by 3? That is this 15. But here we can see the points kinetic powers would be like here 676 balance megawatts. Now we can see the points. Well, Abdul Balaz's chosen vehicle is a bus to be containing the kinetic force to be 148 megawatts. Where Abdul Balaz's supporters Gabriele Monschau's vehicle kinetic force plan is here 676 balance megawatts. Now in this cases, here we can see accordance with Gabriele Monschau's plan to support Abdul Balaz. Here Abdul Balaz gets comfortables to depart from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and directly attack on Berlin LGBT parents. And now that is their significant moments. Okay. On the other hand, let's check about the German gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's points. Now, what is going on in this case? His kinetic force would be calculated like Albert Einsteinian kinetic force. Oh, here we can see here I forgot to notify you. Well, Albert Einstein is a German scientist. When the last citizenship is Americans and here birth nationalism is Germany. Okay. Now we can see. Now here we get notified accordance with kinetic energies here statistics it is almost statistic energy multiplied by bracket of lambda subtract by 1. Now here we can see the response accordance with here German gay intelligence agent Henry Cables. What is the statistic energy of the BMW? That would be here 2000 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16, where velocity of light is 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 meter per second square. Okay, and the complete weight of BMW is 2000 kilograms. Okay, now 16 sum by 3 is 19 and 2 multiplied by 9 is 18. Now here statistic energy is 18 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 joules is the statistic energy of German gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's here BMW cars. And now in these moments here is the significant points that we can state about the significant talkings. Okay, now find out. Well, now here we can. Now let's discuss about the value of lambda subtract by 1. When the BMW velocity would be 216,000, I will guess, when BMW velocity is 260,000 kilometer per second, that what is the value of 26 divided by 30? And in this cases, here we can see that is the points to be noticed. 26 divided by 30 is 86.67% velocity of light. Okay. Now here Henry Cable's velocity is BMW velocity is 86.67% velocity of light. And now let's check at the moments. What is the value of 0.8667 square? Well, that is 0.75116889. Okay. And now, in these cases, that is the moments. Well, and here we can see the points. And now here we can see what is the calculations. Well, what is the value of lambda? That is 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.75 double one 6 8 8 9. Enter times bracket close. That is the, here we can see that is the value of lambda. And now what is the value of lambda subtract by 1? Here we can notify the value of lambda subtract by 1 is 1.0046921. Okay. Now let's coming to the points about the kinetic energies. Okay. Now here we can see 18e multiplied by 10 to the power 19e enter multiple by words, the enter multiple by 1.0046 9 to 1. And now here we can see that is almost here 180.845 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 joules. That would be here we can notify that once 181 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 joules. Okay. Now in this cases here is the moments. Well. And now here we can see travel distance is here driving distance is 26,000 kilometer per second. Here Henry Cable's BMW velocity is 260,000 kilometer per second. Hence the travel time is 0.1 seconds. Hence here is the moments. Where's the points that can be notified? Okay. 1.81 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 watts. That means almost it is they here 1.81 quadrillions megawatts. Okay. Now here we can see we can compare the difference. Gabriele Monschau's BMW terrorist kinetic forces. Terrorist BMW kinetic forces, and here we can see the points. Gabriele Monschau BMW to kinetic power to be anti-national is 676 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 watts. I mean 676 billions megawatts. On the other hand, German patriotic gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's patriotic BMW's kinetic power is 1.81 quadrillion megawatts. Now where is 1.81 quadrillion megawatts and where is here 676 billion megawatts. Now Gabriele Monschau's anti-national BMW kinetic power is 676 billions megawatts. On the other hand, here Abdul Balat, Lebanese Islamic terrorist, bus kinetic power is 148 megawatts. Now where is 148 megawatts and where is here 676 billions megawatts? And now here we can see this points. At the last time we can say. German gay intelligence agent Henry Cable's patriotic BMW's kinetic power is 1.81 quadrillions megawatts. Where here Abdul Balas is Lebanese Islamic terrorist bus kinetic power is 148 megawatts. And now where is 148 megawatts and where is 1.81 quadrillions megawatts? In this cases, here is the moments. Now in the points accordance with kinetic powers, here I would discuss that why Sakshi's grandfather always hate Sakshi. Now in this cases, That is the significant justified as we could see. Now here the justification is significant at the points. Now, well, Gabriele Monschau's anti-national BMW's kinetic power is 676 billion megawatts, and here patriotic German, German gay intelligence agents Henry Cable's patriotic BMW's velocity is, kinetic power is 1.81 quadrillion megawatts. And now, accordance with the kinetic powers, here we can notify that accordance with travel kinetic powers, here we can decide here Henry Cable, the German gay intelligence agent, should be the deputy directors of German Foreign Intelligence Agency, where he would mention with his real name. Yes, here we can see the points. Henry Cable isn't just a demonstrated name in lieu of real names. Okay, and now let's come into the points. And here we can see this. But Sakshi believes here Gabriele Monschau is perfect to be here deputy director of German Foreign Intelligence Agency, just because here Gabriele Monschau is an woman. And now that is here a significant dangerous points as we could notify. Okay. And now here we can see the moments. Now just imagine you are an gay in your gay families, and where you are a biological fathers and your husband would be biological mother of your sons. And now here we can see the points. You are in the German. You are in your country's LGBT festivals, but somehow here the foreign tourists with the driving distance to be here 26,000 kilometers want to attack on your communities in your countries. And now your country's deputy director is a woman who is inviting the foreign terrorists to attack on your country with a BMW velocity to be 26,000 kilometer per second, with the kinetic power to be 676 billion megawatts. On the other hand, here we go. On the other hand, the honorable your country's gay intelligence agency, that would be you as an foreign intelligence agencies, contains an patriotic BMW car with a velocity to be 260,000 km per second, and the kinetic power to be 1.81 quadrillion megawatt, because of your driving distance is 26,000 kilometers. And now here is the moment here in these cases, you the German homosexual man are deserving to be here deputy directors of your countries. But here we can see Sakshi is happy because you are the man and not to be deputy directors of your country, where the anti-national women of the deputy director of your country's intelligence agency is the anti-national women. That is the cause of happiness of Sakshi. And now here we can see, and you do not know that a Sakshi is a man-hater. Now what is your reactions? Well, you would show your heads against women, or at first, or she would show her head against man at first. That is my questions. And now I hope we could get the answers. Well, now here we can see. Let's get what for that. And now, and here is the moments. Now, travel time is okay, and in this cases, travel time okay, velocity okay, kinetic force okay. And now, let's discuss about the planes. Okay. Now, in this cases here, we can notify as the planes. Well, German gay intelligence agent Henry Cables. Okay, now we can see this points. Now here we can see the moments. Now here German gay intelligence agent Henry Cables chosen fuel for patriotic BMW is artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. Okay, and now both of Abdul Balat and where is the another persons? Okay, both of here Gabriele Monschau, the deputy directors of German Federal Intelligence Agency, and Abdul Balat's Velo's chosen fuel is petrols. Okay. Now what's going on in this cases? Here is the times that will be the significant moments. Now let's check at the points. Gabriele Monschau's chosen petrol volumes. Okay. Now here we can see this points to be 676 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 watts, where watt is always joule. That can be here divided by what? That 100 multiplied by 0.778, where 0.778 is kilogram per liter as an density of petrols. Here 100 is here multiplication of 2 multiplied by 50, where 2 is joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a where 2 is about joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of petrols, and 50 is the highest temperature difference. Now in this cases, accordance with our honorable ugly girls, now here we can see the points. What is the necessary fuel volume? That would be almost 8.7 quadrillion liters of petrols. Now in this cases, what is 8.7 quadrillion liter of petrol cost, where 1 liter petrol cost is United States dollars. Okay, that would be here 2 multiplied by 8.7, that means 17.4. Okay, here cost on the petrol would be 17.4 quadrillion United States dollars. Okay, and now in this cases here we can say, let's cover the second points, and here we can see the second point is significance. Well, 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second multiplied by 1000. Here now let's take about the plans of Abdul Balat. Here we can see what is the petrol volumes. That would be here, we can notify. Now here is the justified at the moment, but that is also a significant dangerous points. Well. And now you can see 53 multiplied by 10 to the power 8, that can be divided by here 0.7778. And now here you can see that would be what? It would be here 6.9 multiplied by 10 to the power 9 liters of petrols. Well, what is 2 multiplied by 6.9? It is almost here 13.8. That means here total cost would be 13.8 billion United States dollars. Now here irony is that here we can see Abdul Balad want to pay here cost of petrol as an 13.8 billion United States dollars on the bus from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, to Berlin, the capital city of Germany. But here we can see here Gabriele Monschau can pay here almost what's 17.4 quadrillions United States dollars on the petrol. Hence that Abdul Balad can depart from Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and directly attack on Berlin LGBT communities, where Berlin is the capital city of Germany. Okay, and now I think here we can see the points that would be the second notified moments. Okay, now we can see the sponsor IMF. Now, okay. Now we contest the loading problems, and now here we can see here the significant moments. IMF. Well. Here we contest loading problems. Now here we can see. Now let's check at the points. Germany is the third gross domestic products economy of the world, where Germany's what is the Germany's gross domestic products? That is 5.45 trillion United States dollars. Okay. Now in these cases, now here we can see what is Germany's GDP growth. Oh my Adonai, it is too low, that is 0.8. Okay. But the irony is that here our honorable ugly girls, Gabriele Monschau, the women to be deputy directors of Home, German Foreign Intelligence Agency, allow Lebanese Islamic terrorist Abdul Balad to attack on Berlin LGBT. And now, in this cases, now here is my one question, that what is the meaning of 17.4? Okay, now here we can see. 17.4 is 17.4 is divided to be, oh my god, 17.4 can be divided by 5.45. Okay, that is 3.193. Okay, now in this cases, now here is the moments. Now what is quadrillions? In this case, at the moment to be notified, here quadrillions is here at 1 quadrillion is 1000 trillions. And now here we can see that is the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here we can see the 1 quadrillion is 1000 trillions. And now, 8 I mean 17.4 multiple by, well, 1000 can be divided by here 5.45, and now in this case the result would be 3. I apologize. The result would be 3193. That means in this cases here is here is the disconcerting moments that here up to Gabriele Monschau, the German Foreign Intelligence Agency deputy directors, can be dedicated to destroy German gross domestic products uh, in 3193 times, to invade here Lebanese Islamic terrorist Abdul Balaut in Germany to attack the Berlin LGBT parades. And now that is the plans of here whom, that is the plans of our honorable ugly girls to be, well, Gabriele Monschau, the honorable deputy directors, women to be deputy directors of German Foreign Intelligence Agency. And now here is the points that is the anti-national deputy director of German Foreign Intelligence Agency. Now, what about the patriotic German gay? First, here handicaps to be German patriotic intelligence agent. BMW fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. I apologize. Fuel would be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,666 degrees Celsius. Hence, there is the moments what is here the fuel works. And in those cases, now let's come into the points about the fuel works. That would be here. Well, 1.81 that can be multiplied by 10 to the power 20. Well, joules. As a joules has a kinetic energy that can be divided by watts. Well, in this cases, bracket of 15,408. Well, as a joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,666 degrees Celsius multiplied by the following temperatures. And now let's check it. Here is the moments. What is the fuel works is recurs. That means 1.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666 million 666,653 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,666 degrees Celsius. And now here is the moments at the points. Well, the weight of 1.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative, well, 666 million 666,653 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,666 degrees Celsius is with the cost of 1 United States cents. Okay, and now it is the it is the highest fuel efficiencies as we can see. Okay, now let's come into the comparisons about the fuel chosen choice both of German gay intelligence agent Henry Goebbels and well, Dr. Gabriele Monschau, the women to be deputy directors of German Foreign Intelligence Agency. Now, in these cases, here is the moments. Well, Henry Goebbels, the German patriotic case, fuel is 1.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,653 kilograms artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, here anti-national with the international here anti-national Gabriele Monschau's fuel is here 8.7 quadrillion liter of petrol. Hence, where Henry Cable's fuel cost is 1 United States cent, well, here Gabriel Monschau's fuel cost is 17 points 4 quadrillion United States dollars, whereas 1 United States cent and whereas 17.4 quadrillion United States dollars. Yeah, that in this case is the points. Well, Henry Cable's fuel cost did not contain a negative effect on the even Berlin shopkeepers' earnings. But Gabriele Monschau, a woman to be deputy directors of German Federal Intelligence Agency, is dedicated to destroy German gross domestic product with the well times to be 3193 times, just to invite Abdul Balot, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, to attack on Berlin LGBT communities. And now, in these cases, the irony is that here our honorable ugly girl Sakshi is happy to see women like anti-national Gabriel Monschau, the anti-national deputy directors, to be of German Foreign Intelligence Agency, and that is the cause of the happiness of Sakshi. Here is the reason that Sakshi always be hated by her grandfathers, because Sakshi hates her grandfather's grandsons. Because Sakshi's grandfather's grandsons does not like and any anti-national to be deputy director of German Foreign Intelligence Agency, where the existence of anti-national to be deputy directors of German Foreign Intelligence Agency is and women like Gabriel Monschau, where she invites Abdul Balad, the Lebanese Islamic terrorist, to attack on LGBT community, where one of the Berlin LGBT community was German gay patriotic like a Henry Cable as a demonstrate names. And now, in these cases, here is the moments. That is the dangerous points, and here we can see. Well, Abdul Balot is the dangerous for the German LGBT communities as a one fraction, and the main fraction is that here anti-national women Gabriele Monschau is dangerous for not only Berlin LGBT community, but also the German sovereignty. And now, here is the dangerous moment, that is the significant concern for me, but it is the reason of uh, sorrow of Shakshija's grandfather's grandson and cause of happiness of Shakshija's. Well, here is the reason that why Shakshija is a man-hater. And now, here we can see the points. If Shakshija would be sociological teachers in schools, and here here we can see, I would be surprised at how Bihar governments would appointed Shakshija as a governmental teachers to be a governmental school sociological teachers. That would be the dangerous points as the very concernable moments. Okay, and now here we can see it is my last points. It is my last live stream only to roast Sakshi Jha, and probably I would not be dedicated to roast Sakshi Jha because she is an anti-man. I mean, she is a man-hater. Okay, now here we can see I would be back to here roast Divija Basin because here Divija Basin is now here is an last here is an outro. The outro is here I would roast Divija Basin because Divija Basin always spread hate against man, and recently when Divija Basin would notifies that Sakshija has been terminated from school, governmental school in Bihar provincial state of India. Well, her reaction on the video is like she is just like an acting to be happy to see Sakshija terminated, but in heart she is the frustrated because here we can see the points because of the Sakshija. Here Divija Basin's feminism has been exposed. Well, exposed word is risky for the YouTube community guidelines, but in reality is here Divija Basin's feminism has been exposed by Sakshija. Hence, when Bihar government terminate Sakshija from governmental school, Divija Basin just act like a happy. Because in these cases, Divija Basin just in the point to expose Sakhija's step is clearly exposed Divija Basin's feminism, and Divija Basin is now in the damage controls. Okay? Now see you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you.